Chapter 728. Indeed, for the first time, the woman blinked and showed a reaction. A hint of emotion flickered in her distinctly southern dark eyes. "Who told you that?" she asked, her accent harsher than that of Aton. Either realizing he had successfully engaged her in their imperial tongue, smirked slightly. "Your leader, who suffered a beating at my hands before you did," he replied. "Sir Aton?" she questioned in disbelief. "Exactly. That's impossible." "Why, you also lost to me without laying a hand on me." This left the southern merchant speechless. Either, gripping the merchant's collar tighter, leaned in, his eyes as dark as the night sky. The woman's eyes trembled as if uncomfortable under his gaze. "What does it mean to create a land of the black moon by the repercussions of imbalance? What do your wolf eyes want? And what outcome does this crack bring?" Either demanded. The woman remained silent, lips tightly sealed. Either considered interrogating on the merchant when Jurgen, his companion, suddenly made a curious noise, having discovered something. "Either, sorry to interrupt, but can you look at this? I found something odd among the belongings we took from her." Either released the merchant, turning to see what Jurgen had found. An old cloth pouch with a small palm-sized box inside. Opening it, Either found another pouch filled with white powder, which gave off a musty, rotten smell. Either immediately recognized it as the counterfeit drug he had swapped in the West. Why carry around spoiled drugs? He wondered, pocketing the pouch. As he was about to close the box, Either's eyes flickered in recognition. The shape of the inside of the box looked somewhat familiar. The powder's identity is unclear, but it reeked terribly once the box was opened. Could this be their weapon? Jurgen speculated. Either, pondering whether to disappoint his comrade with the truth that it was merely rotten illegal drugs, ultimately shook his head. Hold on, he thought. Intrigued by the comment that the box emitted no smell when closed, he opened and closed it repeatedly. This is no ordinary box, Either realized, his expression changing. He began shaking the small box near to his ear, prompting Jurgen to ask quizzically, "What are you doing? Is this some new training method?" "No," Either replied, still shaking the box. Though he wondered what she thought of him, discovering the secret of this box was largely thanks to her. Either opened the box again and briefly expressed his thanks. "Thanks to you, I found it." "What did you find?" "The hidden compartment in the box." "The hidden what?" Either, instead of explaining, fiddled with the inside of the open box with his fingers. It seemed plain to the eye, but when touched, a catch was revealed. It was the key to a new space secretly hidden beneath the box's bottom. Either had seen such a secret double-bottomed box before when he was pretending to be Kishir's lover in Thaino. He had received a lapis lazuli cigarette case of the exact same structure as a gift while surveilling suspicious individuals under the guise of buying rare goods from the crowded streets. Despite initially refusing such a box, thinking it unnecessary, Either had stored a flower folded from candy paper given by Kishir in its secret compartment. "Oh, that's so freaking adorable!" Despite initially refusing such a box, thinking it unnecessary, Either had stored a flower folded from candy paper given by Kishir in its secret compartment hidden in the depths of his wardrobe. It seemed the only appropriate place to keep it safe and out of sight. Had he not had the experience of opening and closing the box a few times before, he might not have discovered its secret compartment. Fortunately, despite differences in form and material, the opening mechanism was similar. Either twisted the part he felt with his fingertips forcefully. The bottom opened, revealing the hidden space and its contents. Jurgen applauded in admiration. "Wow, that's amazing, as expected of Baron Ale." Though Either had no significant rapport with Jurgen in the previous life, He could clearly sense that she was a highly competent member of the excessively bloated cavalry. He sent her a frown, suggesting she kept it down, and carefully picked up the hidden object. "No, don't you dare!" The southern merchant, having seen what Yudhir was doing from inside the pit, thrashed about, growling. Of course, no one here was really going to stop because of such words. "How did you know that was hidden there?" If a box is sealed well enough to contain a rotting smell, it's likely more expensive than it appears. It's odd to store only rotten powder in such a box. Plus, when I shook it, I heard something rattling. "Hey, I hadn't thought of that. I will learn from this." Yudhir, letting her words go in one ear and out the other, examined the object he had picked up closely in midair. A jewel? No, a magic stone? It was an opaque black stone. It looked like a raw gemstone, but faintly emitted a weak magic energy, suggesting it might be a magic stone. Small in size, but definitely worthy for further investigation. I should send this to Kishir. Just as Yudhir was about to put it back in the box, a loud shout came from the pit. "You fools about the desert will never understand what this is. ... The more you meddle, the more the balance will be disturbed beyond repair. You have lost." Their words are, how do I put it, infuriating? Kind of like know-it-all. So if they are thinking of this unbalance as the power structure, and obviously above the desert has more power compared to below the desert, that's why these people are kind of like infiltrating, doing all this dirty under the table kind of tricks to pull down the empire, right? I don't see why. I mean, they're acting like they're doing it as more of a favor to keep the world at balance. But to me, I just see it more of like they're just using this whole balance as this some supernatural thing or something akin to a god, and acting like, no, we are not doing it for power, we are doing it for world restoration. I hate those kind of talks. That was as much as Yudhir could understand. The woman, muttering in a mix of southern language, took a deep breath and then shouted in pure southern tongue. "Inya ta nya." I tried my best. After that shout, there was a gruesome sound from inside the woman's mouth. "Oh, what?" Startled, Yergin drove into the pit, but soon re-emerged, her face a mixture of shock and disbelief. "My God, she killed herself. What kind of people are these to take their lives so easily? Yudhir! Yudhir!" Then calls from Yudhir began simultaneously from all around. They were from the cavalry members, each guarding a southern merchant. "Come quickly, this guy's about to kill himself." Why is this happening? Suddenly acting crazy?" Yudhir regretted not having gagged them earlier, gathering his strength in haste. He tried to enhance and use the powers of earth and wind, but could not prevent the deaths of the remaining southern merchants. In an instant, 4 corpses lay before Yudhir. He, pale-faced, searched the bodies for possessions and weapons in place of the other stunned members. Each had the same item as the first woman who died. A secretive box and a similar stone was found beneath the hidden compartment of those boxes. There were no other items to identify them, and all their weapons were ordinary. What were these people planning to do with these? While Yudhir was lost in thought, the remaining members nearly subdued all of Star of Nagran's members. They all thought the situation would resolve without any harm to allies or damage to surrounding buildings. Unaware of the merchants' deaths, they were concluding the battle amidst their mixed emotions. "Yudhir!" Hearing a faint call, Yudhir reflexively raised his head while pondering over the corpses. "Kishir?" Almost immediately after, something fell from the sky, crushing the 4 corpses completely. It landed so close that it would have hit him had he not lifted his head in time. The impact shook the ground, startling everyone into screaming. Yether, rolling backward, instinctively wrapped himself in the power of wind to offset the shock and quickly got up to look ahead. What? Look at that! A monster! It's a monster! A ghastly form, slowly rising from the crushed corpses, loomed ominously. Its thin, fragile-looking legs and disproportionately swollen body, topped with oddly sturdy wings, made for a grotesque sight. It was a monster as large as a carriage. As it raised its head and its hollowed eye sockets began to move, identical forms started falling from the sky in succession. Thud, thud, thud. In this unimaginable nightmarish scene, even the seasoned cavalry members were flustered, staring blankly at the sky. Dot dot dot. Yether, watching the monsters rain down like a downpour, quickly drew his sword. Though he didn't understand the situation, his instinct as a seasoned monster fighter who had faced death countless times kicked in. At the same time, a familiar scent rapidly enveloped him. Kishir, having somehow run there in no time, stared at the monsters with unsmiling eyes, sword in hand, and asked, "Did anything like this happen in the previous game?" Come on, why are there so many things happening back to back to back? First, we just thought it would be a simple go to the south, kind of like, pick out some of these people who might try to infiltrate the cavalry and just come back to capital. Nope. Oh my gosh. Then, starting with the betting rings. Then came the murder of the second son of Honey. Then evidence collection. So you either had to go with Nathan and fight with the southern merchants. That took a lot of chapters. In the meantime, the cavalry was facing off the central stronghold people who were acting as the spies. And Kishir was faced off with southern merchants and the southern stronghold of Star of Nagran. And all these people combined again, the central south strongholds and the merchants versus our cavalry and imperial knights, mostly our cavalry. Then we find out this whole freaking crack in the sky is man-made and not natural, and you're going to these people, hopefully trying to capture them and get some answers, and they just decide to explode and bring a horde of monsters. Even I am not able to catch breath. How are these people fighting continuously? Yether and his stamina. Oh my gosh. I demand a lovey-dovey time. It's been so freaking long since they had that soft romance and intimacy. I want it right now.